My name is Radhika. I work for a VC firm called Blume Ventures. Blume is an early stage tech venture fund in India. Looks at early stage startups across different sectors. At Bloom specifically, I look at all things consumer tech, so anything from education, parts of healthcare, content, media, gaming. I also work very closely with of course, our portfolio founders, lots of pipeline founders as well, but also with a lot of female founders in the ecosystem with a program called Lead Right, which I started about 3, 4 years back. That specifically helps. It's like a cohort program for rockstar female founders. I mean, honestly, on a good day, it's the best job you can have. What can be better than spending your day meeting the smartest people out there, the most hardworking people out there who are literally building the future? That's like, if I were to put it down, if I were to explain my job to my grandparent, that's kind of how I would sell it. Um, of course, there are like so many jokes on being a VC and on the job of a VC, and sure, I think they're all great for a laugh. But I do think that there is there are very few places where you can get this kind of breadth, right? Where you can start your morning, look at education, spend your lunchtime looking at like, oh, what's happening in liver regeneration space, and spend your evening looking at like, oh, what's the coolest new social media app. I've never done more widespread product testing of new apps. I have a colleague who looks at D2C brands. I know she's like constantly ordering new brands that are launching to kind of product test them out as well. So I think it is in some sense the most privileged job you can have in terms of just getting a macro view of what's happening here. And that's actually one of the big reasons that I wanted to join a VC firm when I moved back to India. Was I felt like I had been away from the ecosystem for so long, and in such a momentous time, that the best way to kind of understand what's happening and really go deep into it was actually to be a VC firm, was to be at a VC firm and get a bird's eye view of everything.